Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are ready to deploy again, but we're going to have to leave the Orion at home this time. It got a little mauled by a rocket variant. What was that, a Marauder 2? I think that was a Marauder 2 that mauled it with its rockets, and it didn't do all that much. It blew up like a double heatsink, but the Orion is going to take 10 days longer than anything else, and I kind of don't want to wait for that. We've already gone through our barracks. I think we've already checked the mech bay, but let me double check that. Yeah, that looks good to go. We'll bring the Awesome in place of the Orion. It'll be fine. And we're going to look for something a little bit more challenging. I feel like the 7 skull wasn't really representative, but what if we wanted to go for like an 8 skull? This is a target acquisition. Hard pass on that for right now. But this is a recovery, and that might be okay. We can try out an 8 skull. That is a 9.5 skull. Ooh. We'll get there. We'll get there. There's not a lot of pay here. And there's no free priority salvage. I think we'll just sit... This is like 250,000 for a priority salvage. I think we'll sit right down the middle. It's not fantastic pay, but I guess that's fine. So as soon as this populates in, there we go. We of course don't have the Orion, so we're going to need, oh, and Taboo is injured as well. That's fine. We're going to bring in, anybody have awesome affinities? Yes, Boot Camp does. So Boot Camp tags in, and we're going to bring the Awesome along. We could bring the Battle Master, but I think that the Awesome is actually... I mean, judging by this, the Battle Master is the option. Surprisingly. I guess we'll go ahead and bring the Battle Master in. Who has Battle Master affinities, if anybody? Nobody? Okay. Well, we'll just bring Boot Camp then. That'll do. Yes, I know the Mauler's underweight. No, it doesn't require... Well, it might. We haven't done an 8 skull mission before. We'll see how it feels. We're working our way up the difficulty. It is ratcheting up, and that is fantastic. So 8 skull here. Technically, our Lance rating is 3 pips. That's hilarious. But we've been doing good work. That last mission was, I think, easier than we should expect from a 7 skull. But this is an 8 skull, and we'll see how this ends up going. If this goes well, we're going to go to a 9 skull next mission. And if that goes well, we're probably going to look to move to a 10 skull planet. If we can find one. That can be the hard part, definitely. No doubt about that. But I do think that that is going to be kind of our trajectory right now. We are attempting to test our company to failure here right now. I want to just keep ratcheting up the difficulty until we get to a point where I'm just like, okay, this is consistently too much. We'll see what that point is. For now, we need to retrieve the decryption key and extract safely. A few months ago, we intercepted a number of highly encrypted transmissions originating from the planet, none of which we've been able to decrypt and read. We suspected that the transmissions came from a Davian black site and sent an operative to infiltrate and steal the decryption key. They reported in requesting immediate emergency extraction. We'd like you to recover the key and the operative if they're still alive. Unsurprising that they want the key first. The risks you take as a covert operative.
Online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Indeed. Okay, so let's go ahead and deploy here. We'll see what we're up against. There should be 2 bases, I believe.
Interface initiated.
Okay, their operative is still alive. Heartbeat monitor. Okay. Key is here. Heartbeat is here. Okay, sounds good. Yes. LZ will be back here. Okay. So we're going to be landing quite a ways away, it would appear. Actually, we could land on this cliff. I don't know about that. I don't know about landing on the cliff. Let's land a ways away and in cover. There is going to be an ambush force around here. Okay. Sounds good. We're going to land here. And let's see what we've got. Okay, we saw somebody here, a couple somebodies up here. They're moving out there, in theory. Did we not drop into combat, though? It's round 1 right now. Round 3. Okay, perfect. Entering combat. Crab moves up. So we see a crab rear arc attacking our salamander like a jerk.
I'm losing armor left and right.
Okay. We also see a marauder over here. We don't get to move for a very long time here. And we also don't get to choose where our mechs spawn facing-wise. So actually, we get to move right now. The Madcat Mark II could move up. We can't really block off the salamander, sadly. But we're going to move up over here. We know there's a mech up over this way that we just don't quite see. That crab has a stealth field generator on it, which is very rude. But we're going to go ahead and Warlord, and we're going to fire on this crab with everything we've got and hope that it's enough. Crabs don't have a lot of armor. Remember, they're only a 50-tonner.
Locking in already.
Structure exposure there on that crab.
Now that hit something good.
Okay. Who moves next? That'll be the Marauder. This is dangerous for the salamander, for sure. He runs up the road and doesn't turn around. An interesting tactic, to be sure.
I'm ready.
I'm not going to move the Bull Shark right now. The Corsair, I'm going to move up over to here. Reason being, I know I saw a quad over here. I don't know where it went. There's an Emperor up over there. Okay. But I want to hit this Marauder rear arc right now. We're going to Warlord to boost our odds.
Target lock on enemy 6.
We got a structure exposure there. That's perfect. Next up, our Annihilator is going to step over here. Now, we're a little out of range for the Heavy Gauss. In fact, we're a lot out of range for the Heavy Gauss. We're going to Warlord, and we're going to go for the Crab, although I sure hope we don't hit our Mark II. We absolutely hit our Mark II. Didn't we? Oh, we absolutely did. Oof. Twice. That's very unlucky. I mean, I knew it was a danger.
Ready to get it
and
on.
I shouldn't have taken it.
Moving out.
We didn't do any major internal damage, it looks like. And we're just going to have to be very careful with the directionality of the Madcat Mark II from here. Okay, we're going to go for the kill on the crab. This is a clear shot.
Taking the shot.
Excellent.
Hostile
One less
removed.
crab.
Orders?
Now, our Bull Shark is, I think, going to step over here. The only mech that we see is the Emperor. We're going to go for some armor strip on it.
Locked and loaded. Here it comes.
Okay, decent armor strip there. Next, our Battle Master is going to move up here.
Location
The Battle Master is going to fire on the Marauder rear arc.
Got the angle. Taking the shot.
Okay, an engine crit there.
Critical hit, Commander.
I wanted to see if that would kill it, but the Salamander almost certainly will.
I'm there.
So the Salamander moves up, and hit odds here should be decent. We're going to Warlord it.
Target locked. Enemy 6.
There we go. One dead Marauder. Fantastic.
Target down.
So I'm definitely a little salty about hitting the Madcat Mark II twice in the rear arc. Actually, 3 times in the rear arc with our Annihilator. I'm a little salty about that. That's unlucky considering that we had 48% hit odds on all of them. But, I mean, that is the way that odds can work sometimes. So I shouldn't have taken the shot.
You say so.
But we're okay. So far, most of our damage has been friendly fire. That's a knockdown on that Emperor. Cool. Now we know there's other units out there. We just don't know where. We've destroyed 2 down here, and then there's the Emperor. So that's at least 3/4 of a lance.
Standing by.
The Madcat Mark II is just going to move up and brace to get rid of its heat and instability.
Got something
The
to
Mauler
work on.
is going to move up and brace to get rid of its heat.
Yeah?
The Corsair is going to sprint its way up the road
All right.
and get started moving up that way.
Waiting for
The
orders.
Battle Master is also going to start heading up this direction. We need to get to the bases after all. Now, we are expecting additional enemies to land
Aye, aye.
once we take over the bases. The Annihilator will sink its heat,
Confirm.
and the Salamander will move on up.
Affirmative.
Cool. There is another unit that we don't know about, but I think there's only the one. So the Bull Shark is going to go for the Emperor here. It could easily get a kill. It doesn't, though.
The Cobra strikes.
Okay. Next up is, of course, our Boar's Head, which could also easily get a kill. The Emperor's armor is absolutely shredded right now.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Not a great arrow 4 shot, but overall, that'll do. So the Emperor will get up, and let's see what it does here. Drops off of sensors.
Do it.
Okay, we got the sensors back. Good. Did we drop combat for a round there? I don't think we did. It's round 5.
Commander.
So the Madcat Mark II is going to sprint up. Of course, we have to be very careful with this rear arc at this point because of our friendly
Ready
fire.
for orders.
The Mauler is going to sprint up as well. We want to exit these woods.
Standing
The
by.
Battle Master is going to make its way up towards the Emperor
Confirm.
as quick as it can. It doesn't get LOS, though. We'd like to get up on this hill pretty quickly.
Orders.
The Salamander is going to look to do a similar sort of
I
thing.
got you.
Just closing in on the facility at this point.
Yep.
Corsair, same thing.
Going full throttle.
Moving on up. That Emperor just positions a little
Waiting
bit.
for orders.
Okay. The Bull Shark is going to move in, and once again,
the way.
this could very easily kill the Emperor. We'll see if it does.
Affirmative.
That's not a great shot there. Okay.
Oh, I like
We did
that
get a crit. We don't know what we hit there,
Hey.
but we did get a crit. The Boar's Head moves up,
Affirmative.
and once again, we could easily destroy the Emperor here. It has very little armor left.
Okay. Firing everything.
And there it goes. Perfect. So that's at least 3/4 of the defending lance gone,
Yes,
assuming
ma'am.
there's only one defending lance. We don't know that for a fact, but that is
On the
the
move.
assumption as of right now. I think there is one enemy unit still out there,
Good to go.
and we don't know where it is. The Madcat Mark II definitely got savaged by the Annihilator, and that was rough.
Orders.
I even commented that we were hoping that we didn't stray shot before we shot, and we did stray shot, so entirely my own fault.
Let's do this. Definitely.
Okay. So we see a Rakshasa, and we see a pretty baby out there. We also see a longbow and an awesome. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and Warlord, and we'll open fire on that Rakshasa. I'm also going to Vigilance the Battle Master, because it might get hit pretty hard here.
Coming.
Okay, we'll get some armor reduction there.
Confirm.
The Salamander is going to make its way on up. It does not make it up this round. Okay.
Yeah.
The Corsair is going to sprint up as well. Once again, it does not make it up this round.
Ready for orders.
The Bull Shark steps forward.
Acknowledged.
We know that there's the Longbow and the Awesome right next to each other. Of those two, the Longbow is the larger threat, so we will fire on that. Ooh, that's a nice hit with the Long Tom. I like it.
Standing by.
The Annihilator will walk up and finish the job on the Mad Cat, presumably, but it doesn't have LOS on anyone to shoot at. Okay, who do they move? The pretty baby.
They got a lock on
They
me.
sensor locked our Salamander, of all things. Okay. Our Battlemaster's fine. No problems whatsoever here.
What? No.
Our Boar's Head is going to make it up the road a bit, and we are going to drop artillery on that longbow.
You say so.
Kind of mediocre shots there with the artillery. The Awesome moves forward, does not fire. The longbow, I believe that was the longbow that fired there. Shoots at the Battlemaster, does a little bit. Was that the longbow? I think so. Is it an ace pilot? Maybe that was the Shikasa? It may have been. Yeah, the longbow moves now and shoots at the Salamander. That's fine. It doesn't get a single hit there, even with the sensor lock and the
Yes, boss.
various other things. Why am I blanking the term? It's sensor locked, but they also have a the crab had like a tag on it. The Battlemaster is going to move up over here. We do see side arc on the Rakasha, but that's all we see. Okay. We're going to fire on it, but we're not really expecting too much. In fact, I'm not even going to fire the UAC-5s because of recoil. We're just going to pot shot the lasers.
Engaging target.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything. That'll be
Fast
fine.
miss.
Now,
Yes.
our Mad Cat Mark II is going to run up the road here. Its front armor is fine. We don't have a problem with its front armor. It's only its rear armor.
Standing by.
The Mauler is going to also make its way up over this
Double
way.
time. Let's go.
What do you need?
The Corsair is really wanting to delay after the Salamander, I feel like, but we'll move up to here. We don't quite get into LOS of anything.
I await your command.
The Bull Shark is going to move up. We're still going to be shooting at the longbow. We could stray shot the Awesome.
Target acquired.
Okay, a mediocre shot at the longbow there. A little bit of armor damage to it, but not really very much. The Salamander is going to sprint up over here, and we're hoping for an LOS, but we don't get one. It's in line of sight, but that stealth field generator means that the Salamander doesn't actually see it. The Boar's Head moves up,
Hunting, I guess.
and we're going to continue to hit that longbow.
I hope this hurts.
Not a great shot with the artillery. The LRMs do some damage. But overall, that artillery is not great. They're shooting at the Mad Cat there. The Mad Cat side arc is fine.
Damage minimal.
Indeed.
Commander,
The Annihilator is trying to make it onto the road.
on my way. Double time.
There we go. And what do they move next? One of these guys, probably? Okay. Through armor? I guess they got a through armor there.
blow through. Internal damage.
They didn't penetrate the armor. They got a through armor damage there. That's fine. So he moves up. What's his heat like? Doing okay. Sure. So the Awesome moves around over here a bit. I think it's stacked kind of close to the longbow. We do like that. That is preferential for us, that it be close to the longbow. It's actually not that close. Now, they move both of these. 10 more damage to the Mad Cat Mark II isn't a big deal. Not in the side arc, anyway. So, the Rakshasa gets to move twice in a row. Going for the Salamander again. However, this time it barely gets anything done.
Armor holding.
That is amazing. We're very, very happy about that. And then it ace pilots over a little ways that way. Cool. Oh, they do have another mech over there. Ooh, okay. Running an AP Gauss of some sort? That was through armor as well.
Damn it.
Okay. So we've got multiple through armor weapons. This is a rifleman. Got it.
For orders.
The Magcat Mark II is going to continue to make its way up over this direction.
Roger that. Going to full throttle.
Okay.
What's up, boss?
The Mauler is going to also head up this way. We need to get more mechs on this ridge. That's very clear. So their longbow moves up. Doesn't really do too much.
Yep.
The Corsair is going to move up to here. And let's see here. 44.7. Yeah, we have a better hit odd on the Rifleman here. So we'll go for the HA-20 Rifleman. Not getting too much done there. That's not shocking. I was hoping for a little more than that, though. I'll be honest. The Battlemaster would actually have to pop out of cover in order to fire on the Rakshasa, which I don't really care for. But I guess we'll do it, and we'll Vigilance him because he's out of cover. And we're just going to pot shot this. I'm not expecting too much damage on this guy, though. Well, we got a little bit. And started a fire over here. That's neat.
Yep.
So we're going to move up into cover here with the Salamander.
10-4.
I'd like to Vigilance it as well. They're getting a lot of through armor, and we could go for either of these mechs. So that is 44 on the ATM, 29 on the MRM, or 44 for both on the Rifleman. We're going to go for that. Are we better off using ATX ammo, or rather just AX ammo here? I feel like we're not. Well, maybe we are, actually. It's less than half. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so solid damage to that Rifleman. We got a lot of its armor stripped off. Perfect.
Commander,
Next up, our Bull Shark is going to move up.
rolling.
These guys are kind of close together. I think we're going to hit that Rifleman. I want that Rifleman out of here.
Engaging.
Okay, so we've broken the armor on the Rifleman.
Reporting critical hit.
Excellent.
Hey,
The Boar's Head is going to move up over here, and we did see some splash damage over here, which was nice. We're going to continue to hit that Rifleman.
I'll try.
Okay, that's a knockdown on him. I'm not convinced that we'll be able to hit him now that he's been knocked down, but the Annihilator is going to sprint its way on up.
affirmative.
Cool.
Huzzah!
Okay. So they move phase 27. That is a Rakshasa. Going for the Corsair. I like it. And
I'm
the Rakshasa.
generating a lot of heat.
Yeah, that is a lot of heat into the Corsair, for sure. The Rakshasa is generating a lot of heat as well,
Good
but
to
it's
go.
not as much as I would necessarily have liked. We can fire on the Rakshasa here with the Battlemaster, and we're going to do exactly that. We can even Warlord this to boost it up a little bit. It has a lot of armor still. 62 damage into it is not necessarily ideal, but that's fine. We could then back this guy off to be like here, and I guess that's fine. So phase 24 is going to be the pretty baby. It doesn't really have LOS. It goes for the Magcat Mark II. That's fine. Okay. That would have been the awesome that's up over here, most likely. Now, I want the Salamander to close in over this way, like as much as possible. And we would like to protect the right side here.
Double time.
So we're going to
Let's
position
go.
it here. We're going to Vigilance it because we are out of cover. And we're going to fire on this guy. Now, his armor is super low, and so we're going to fire Improved. We're not going to fire the medium lasers. This will likely kill the rifle. There we go. One rifleman out of here. Beautiful. Okay, so on to the second lance. The Magcat Mark II is going to sprint up onto the ridge over here.
Let's move.
We'll call that good for now.
What do you need?
The Corsair is going to step forward to here. Now, the Corsair's heat is high, but that's okay. We can just fire something along the lines of this and sink a lot of heat.
Okay, I'm on it.
We did hit a nice light Gauss there. I do think that the Rakshasa is probably a solid target for our artillery at this moment because it's hard to hit with our other units, and it's actually outputting a lot of heat damage onto us. So let's go ahead and hit him with the artillery. And it's splash damaging this awesome back here too, which is nice. That makes him unsteady, which is a huge deal actually. The Mauler is going to move up here, and the Mauler does get LOS on him and has okay hit odds. We'll give it a go.
Locking on target.
We did hit one of those heavy Gauss. That's a big deal.
Awaiting orders.
So our Annihilator is going to sprint on up over
Copy
here.
that.
And now our Boar's Head is going to walk up,
Copy.
and we're going to continue hitting that Rakshasa. I'd love to see a knockdown on it
Copy
here.
that. Firing Alpha.
And I think that is a knockdown. Oh yeah, fantastic. It's also a structure exposure that may have been in the rear arc. And he gets up around 22. The Pretty Baby moves over, fires on the Salamander, indirect. That's okay. The Salamander will ensure that this guy never gets up.
Orders.
So the Salamander closes in over here.
Order received.
We're going for the Rakshasa. We're not going to fire the ATM due to heat concerns, but otherwise, take him out.
Affirmative.
And there we go.
Target.
One dead Rakshasa. So next up, they've got an awesome here, they've got an awesome here, and they've got a longbow here. This is much better for artillery at this point.
Yes, Commander.
And our Mauler is going to sprint up over this way and sink heat. Cool.
Orders.
Our Madcap Mark II is going to close in over this way. And we just need to do a general advance here.
Yes, Commander.
However, I have a sneaking suspicion that once we take one of these zones, I think another Lance is going to spawn. Which means that this could go into a pretty long mission. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cut in here, and next episode we'll finish off this mission. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.